Hi YouTube family, Lisa A. Romano here, the ACOA Life Coach. And today I want to talk to you about how we adult children of alcoholics who have thankfully and luckily have come to realize that there is more to what's happening in our physical environments than perhaps we realize. And that perhaps our relationships and the way we relate to other people and our inability to finish projects perhaps, or our inability to keep momentum up whenever it comes to us taking care of ourselves. I mean, we're real good at taking care of everybody else. We're real good at anticipating everybody else's needs, but we suck at taking care of ourselves. And then what we do is we get pissy when other people don't read our minds. So a typical codependent adult child of an alcoholic female who has unresolved issues, and unresolved issues are essentially, they're just energy blocks, dear one. This is a quantum-based universe, and in the quantum world, there is no judging. There's just observing, and there's just data, and there are results, and there are observable results to particular reactions. And so, if you're an unrecovered female, adult child of an alcoholic, chances are you are a caterer, and you cater to everybody in your family. And somewhere in the back of your mind is this idea that if I take care of everybody, then one day finally I'm going to get that pat on my back. One day finally I'm going to feel enough. One day finally my husband's going to see how great I am and how hard I try, and he's going to make me feel seen, and the heavens will open and I'll feel like a real person. But this is what happens. That acknowledgement doesn't come, not in the way you wish to receive it. And over time, you end up resenting your husband. You end up resenting the children. And your energy just gets darker and danker and darker and danker because you have these ideas that I call links that stink. You have these limiting ideas in your mind. They're subconscious, and they're built on your childhood programming. And essentially, we all come into this experience. You've heard me say this before. We all come into this earthly experience needing to feel validated and seen by mom and dad. And when that does not happen, a great energetic leak happens, and this biofeedback loop is not sealed. And so we seek others in our environment that match mom and dad's energies in an effort, in an attempt to seal that energy loop, that feedback system. And so what we do is we attract energies that are like mom and dad, and we're also very childlike in our relationships. So we're playing mind games. We're thinking we're doing X, Y, and Z because we want our spouse to do A, B, and C. And then we watch them to see if they do A, B, and C, and then we pounce on them when they don't. And then we pout and play the victim when they don't. That's what we do, unrecovered anyway. And so we're lucky if you're on that path and that you're coming to this awakening. It stings like hell to realize, like, oh my God, that's me. It stings like hell. But remember, biblically, I think the Bible's the best psychological book ever written. It says the humble shall inherit the kingdom of heaven. So if you is humble, that means you in a state of learning. And if you're in a state of learning, you can learn and you can change your vibration. If you think you know everything like a narcissist, you are unteachable and you will not learn. And you will die and have to come back and possibly repeat this process until something happens in your experience to make you humble. And I don't want to be that person, and I don't want to be in that experience because that ain't fun. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about how we adult children of alcoholics who are now in some type of recovery, or at least are aware that recovery is possible and that hope is possible, because I is healed. And I'm hoping that I am able to inspire you to heal completely. So one of the big concerns that we have as parents is like, oh my God, am I effing up my kids? Like, am I doing to my kids what was done to me? Undoubtedly, if you are unrecovered, you is. I'm not saying you're doing it on purpose, but I'm saying that the law of vibration is a cause and effect type of experience. So it doesn't matter how pretty mommy is. It doesn't matter how fit daddy is. If they is unhappy, the kids know it. They know it on a vibrational plane. Now, this is the problem. Our children will see with their eyes and everything will look fine, but their inner experience is a complete contrast to what they're seeing. And that's what messes them up. That's what messes them up. Children don't understand the conflict in their experiences and their perceptions. So they have this internal perception of nothing feels right. I don't think mom's happy. I don't think dad's happy, but they act happy, but I don't feel like they're happy, and they're never intimate, like they never touch each other and never kind to each other, but they're together. And is this what love is? Is this what love is? So we walk around as observers of this, and our children observe us in these patterns, and they're really screwed up. They're like confused, like what's happening, and that is our fault. Okay, now remember, in the a cause and effect universe, in the quantum universe, there is no good or bad. There is just abundance, or I'm pinching myself off from abundance. There's a stream of well-being, or we're pinching ourselves off from the stream of well-being. So while I know we are emotional creatures and we tend to, oh my God, I'm so bad, I did to my children what was done to me. I lived that experience, and that's what propelled me to get divorced, because once I realized that I was doing to my kids what was done to me, and my ex-husband was in no way interested in healing that, I was like, I gotta go. I don't know what's coming, but I know I can't stay. And I was terrified, but I knew that I had to do something, and I had to break the cycle. And I also knew that minus his negative energy, I would be increasing my vibrations, and I'd be resonating in higher realms. So whatever was coming was going to be better than what I left. It was just a matter of faith. So again, walk by faith, not by sight. Walk by knowing. Know that you're moving in the right direction. Know that your intent is right. So how do we not do to our children what's done to us? Okay. When you are unhappy and your baby says to you, Mommy, are you sad? Your job is to say, yeah, Mommy's sad. Why? Why are you sad, Mommy? Mommy and Daddy we're not on the same page right now, and we're having a misunderstanding, and I'm just a little sad about that, but I hope eventually he and I will be able to work it out. Want some ice cream? The goal is to acknowledge and validate the child's perception. When you don't validate your child's perception, you are lying to that child, and what will happen is that child will be full of self-doubt, because that child is feeling something, seeing something else, and coming to you, the person they see as God, for validation. So if you tell that kid, if that conversation goes down like this, Mommy, are you sad? And you say, no, sweetheart, I'm not sad. What makes you think I'm sad? You are screwing that poor baby up, because that baby's like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? I think she's sad. I feel like she's sad, but the person she's telling me she's not sad. It must be me. I can't trust these impulses. I can't trust these instincts. And that is literally becomes a link that stinks. Now that kid has this programming going on in his or her head that has her doubting her experiences or his experiences. So guess what? When Uncle Roy comes over and kisses that kid on the mouth a little too long, right? And that little girl goes, ooh, that didn't feel right. She would also know what she's going to say. She's going to say, no, he's a nice man. He's a nice uncle. It must be me. It must be me. I must have read him wrong. And when that man says to her, want to come sit on my lap? And she feels, no, she'll doubt that, no, and she'll look around her environment and want to please Uncle Roy. So that I'm just using that as an example to help illustrate how important it is for us as parents to validate our child's experience of us, our perceptions of us. Your kid says, Ma, you mad? You say, yeah, I'm pissed off. If you're pissed off because, I don't know, the UPS guy left your beautiful package from Amazon in the rain, that's valid. So say, yeah, I'm pissed off. The UPS guy left my stuff in the rain. I'm really pissed off about that. But in a few minutes, I'm just going to let that filter through my experience, and I'll just let it go. But for right now, yeah, dude, I'm really pissed off. Oh, okay. Johnny goes off and plays because his inner perception is matching his external perception. He's congruent. He's good. It's not the trauma this is proven. It's not the trauma that hurts a kid. It is the inability to express the trauma that is victimizing that child. So if you're happy, be happy. If your child says, Mommy, you look happy, say, yes, I'm so happy, sweetheart. I'm so happy. If your child perceives you as sad, Or if your child perceives you as ornery, if your child says, Mom, you depressed? You say, yeah, I'm depressed. Well, what's going on? Well, I'm really not sure yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going to journal about it, maybe meditate, maybe go light a candle, maybe take an Epsom salt bath, and I'm going to try to just spend some quiet time thinking about why it is I feel so dank in energy today. Oh my God, do you know what you are teaching that child? You are teaching that kid to honor themselves. You are teaching that child to come into alignment with his or her own personal truth. You are teaching that child not to be afraid or ashamed or to feel guilty about not being so freaking happy all the time. We have an obsession with wanting to be happy. We got to get over that, because being angry is just like being happy. It's just an emotion. It's just an emotion. And when you begin resonating and transcending into higher realms of realities, and when you begin to understand this fifth dimension reality, this quantum reality, this new earth reality, you will no longer see emotions as good or bad or shameful and okay. What you're going to see is that's a negative energy, and that's a positive energy. Which one do I want to experience? What is the negative energy trying to tell me? Don't judge it. Just, what's it trying to tell me? Like I said before, if you got some negative feelings going on, you have to figure that out. That means you need to clear them. So that means you got to get by yourself, and you got to honor yourself some damn feelings, even though your mother and father taught you that you don't have a right to feel what you feel. You got to step into a new day, and you have to say, no, this is an energy block. This negativity is trying to tell me something. I have to clear this. If you don't clear it, you cannot ascend. So the negativity is something that you need to pay attention to. And the other thing, I just had a session this morning with the client, and I said out loud, and I thought it was pretty amazing, and she thought so too. Anxiety gets a bad rap. Like, anxiety is like the flashing lights, like danger, 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 or the railroad, the flashing lights when you're crossing a railroad, you hear bells and whistles before you cross the tracks because the train's coming. Anxiety is like, that's our system. That's our guidance system. That's our railroad system trying to tell us, pay attention. So if you're feeling anxiety, I say sit in it. Embrace it. Don't deny it. It's trying to tell you something. And it's probably trying to tell you that you're not listening to your higher self. It's probably trying to tell you that you need to go take care of your finances. It's probably trying to tell you, stop hanging out with her. It's probably trying to tell you, I got to go see a divorce attorney. I got to go figure out my separation agreement. I have to start taking care of myself and come into alignment with my truth. So that's all I want to say today. I really hope that that's inspired you. And please reach out. Let me know how you're feeling about these videos. Upcoming in March, I have a teleclass. I have about 6 seats left. So if you're interested, check out my blog at www.healingselfesteem.com. All the information's there. On January 10th, I'm doing a live Blog Talk radio broadcast at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I welcome your questions, and I will be honored to answer them. So I look forward to speaking to some of you soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.